live. All right, great people of Biafra, freedom fighters, lovers of freedom are great people all over the world. We are back again today as we promised our people that I'm going to come up today. And I'm here with our sister, Marien Haider. I am here with her, but she will soon join me in some minutes. And Mazi, please, when we get on Biafran television channel 1, I want you also to indicate so that our people will get ready, because everything that we are doing, I want it to get to our people. Are we there, Mazi? All right, all right. My people, I want you all to join us today. This is going to be the part 2 of our leader broadcast day after yesterday. This is going to be the part 2 because we need women to also join us on this broadcast, because it's very, very important that everything that we are doing, because they said in every successful man, there must be a woman. In every successful man, there must be. Thank you very much. We are now live on Biafran television / Ipob Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nwachineke, where we always set the record straight. We don't care who you are. We don't care your position. We don't care about your political ambition. We don't care about your wealth or your qualification. We don't care. We are freedom fighters. We are Ipob, the indigenous people that find themselves in that contraption called Damnable Zoo, and the owners of the land. That is something that our people have to understand, that we are the owners of the land. I want you all to understand that today, one of Ezi Nwada, Oboro Nwakata in America, this is Ezi Nwada Marien Haider. She's going to speak to us on this broadcast of our leader's wife day after yesterday. That is the part 2 that we are bringing to you all, because our own Nwada have to talk. We do respect every of our women, but when you start, doing the beats of Fulani, that is when we will begin to have a problem with you. But if you are binding with the rules and regulation of this Ipob movement, of course, we are going to be in the same train. And our people always have to also understand that Ipob is a moving train. This train that we are talking about is a train that is keep on moving till total emancipation and the restoration of Biafran people. That is when this train will anchor. By that time, we have built our land, and we keep on telling people, don't think that if Biafra comes today, everything will become gold and silver. The answer is no. We are going to begin to build our land because we have what it takes to build our land. The resources is there. And we thank that the people of Biafra are hardworking people. That is something that is always giving me hope on this Biafran restoration project. If it's like we are like Fulani people, I will say let us abandon this Biafra. But because Chukwu Okike Abiama created us, we are direct descendant of Chukwu Okike. I hope you people are paying attention. That is what keep me moving on this Biafran restoration. That we are hardworking people. Go to that contraption today called Damnable Zoo Nigeria. You will see that the zoo called Nigeria have denied us everything about the government of that contraption, the infrastructure, the government house, every government presence. They have already denied the people of Biafra. But when you go today in that contraption, they will still tell you that the Biafran people are those that are waxing good and big. I want to give you people example in Europe that we are today. Any place you go to, if you don't see Biafra man doing well, you know that that country is empty. And every place we went to or we go to, we always trying to, find our way out. Now you begin to understand. When you come to Europe today, I want to tell you people something. Sometimes they will be telling you, you will see other countries in Africa that they are also in Europe or in America or in Asia. Some people will be telling you, I love the strength and the energy of Nigerian people. When you look deeply, they are talking about Biafran people. I hope you are getting my point. When you look deeply, that Nigeria, they are telling you they are Biafran people. Chukwu Okike Abiama give us that sense of understanding and knowledge and inability to reason and create things and be free to people. Those people, they are telling you that we love Nigeria, they are doing fine. I love their swagger. I love the way they live their life, the way they move. They are talking about the Biafran people. Go and look deeply. You will see they are all Biafran people. Have you seen a Fulani man? And second people are Yoruba Oduduwa. But I'm telling you about Biafra because that is where I came from. I am proudly a Biafran man. And I must protect this Biafra with everything. Everything to me, everything in my disposal. I must make sure that I protect and propagate the issue of Biafra to the world so that they will understand that this fight that we are doing today is a good fight. Madam Marien Haider, whenever you get set, you let me understand. Then should I bring you in? Are you already? Good, good. I am bringing in our sister, Marien Haider. She is here with me today. She is one of those that are propagating the issue, and she is a hardcore. She is. This is the kind of woman we are talking about. This is a woman with integrity, not those people Akata in America. Of course, all of them, they are living in America. Because when we are calling those in America, not all of them are bad people. Not all of them are wacko from their mind. We have also some good ones. But they are few. That is the problem. They are few people. And we also have to understand that on this quest of self-determination, is a few people are those that are going to bring this Biafra to come to our people. That is why we keep on telling people, don't castigate Biafran restoration. If you don't know what to say, it's better you keep your mouth shut and wait for us, which is Mazi Nwachineke Kanu and the leadership and IPOB family members to work and bring Biafra for all of us. I keep on saying this. Biafra is not for me. Biafra is not for Marien Haider. Biafra is not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Mazi Chike Doziem or Mazi Chinasamuru or Mazi Ofoma or Mazi Abanyim or Mazi Nzurumike or every one of them. Biafra is for all of us. But it's better that we come as a group, as a one people to push this struggle more forward, because I believe when we come together, we're going to put this more forward. Now, great people, as our guest, Marien Haider, is here, I think we are going to start this broadcast. Of course, we have already late, and we are also apologizing to our audience. Of course, we have to, because when we put time, we have to put time. Of course, we're having some problem with technical issues, but it does not matter. We are here, we are here. We are not going to stop, and we will keep on waxing and moving. I want to introduce myself to you all, for some of you that are watching me for the first time. My name is Mazi Nwachineke, known as the Biafran child Nwachineke, the general. I am from Ihala in Anambra in Biafra land. I am under chain of command. Listen very attentively. I am under chain of command of IPOB. Mazi Chike Doziem is the man in charge. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. Are you getting my point? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. Mazi Chike Doziem is the one in charge now. And IPOB is our family. And you see these three things that I just mentioned. I must defend it jealously. Of course, you won't understand. But let me pause it here. Marien Haider, please, I want you to take over and introduce yourself, and then we pray. And then I will bring out the video, because I'm having you today. This program is for you. I'm going to say little, only just ask some questions. Okay. Yes. I want you to introduce yourself, please. Ndewo
Mazi. Good morning, Mazi. Ndewo, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Great. Good morning, my fellow Biafrans. How are you all doing? I believe we're all doing great in health. My name's Marien Haider. I will be speaking from Maryland in United States. I am from Umunoha. Umunoha is in Mbitolu local government. Welcome to this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Marien Haider. Thank you for joining us today on IPOB Rapture Media / Biafran Television under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can also join us on Channel 1. We are live on satellite. We are live on IPOB Rapture Media. We are live on Biafran Television Channel 1. When you tune on your Channel 1, of course, you are going to see us live. But I just want to use this opportunity to ask Chukwu Okike Abiama to go and protect our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I would like to pray in our ancestors' dialect. Of course, all of us are Igbo people. I keep on saying this. We are all Igbo, but they have already, trying to divide us and rule us, trying to tell us that coastal region and hinterland are not brothers. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu managed to bring all of us together, to let all of us understand that we are one people. And as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done that, believe you me, nobody ever can divide us anymore. Of course, we have some bad eggs everywhere in hinterland, in coastal region of Biafra. It's everywhere in the world. But we have already come in conclusion and understood that we are one people. Believe you me, we are one people. When I Chukwu Okike Abiama pụrụ ime ihe niile, ọkaka amasị amasị ugwu a na-arị atụ egwu, nna onye nọ n'eluigwe anyị ya na n'ụwa niile. Onye kere ihe niile ekere eke n'elu ụwa mana ọ nwere onye kele ya nụ. Chukwu Okike Abiama pụrụ ime ihe niile. Chukwu Okike Abiama zitela anyị Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ka ọ wee bịa tọpụta anyị na-agbụ anyị nọ n'ime ya. Anyị wee na-asị Chukwu Okike, abịarọ m hie ka anyị ọ biko ihe m na-agwa Chukwu Okike pụrụ ime ihe niile na ị ga-eme ya ka ị si eme ya. Ọ bụ ngị zitere onye ndu, ị ga-agakwa ebe ahụ ọ nọ ka ị gbapụta ya. Na ndị ilo niile kpara nkata, na ndị ọbụla aka ha dị ya, n'ihe mere onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fancha niile ga-ezi anazere mmiri maka na okirikiri ka a na-agba ukwu oso nkiri nkiri ka a na-ekiri ododo ejiri ododo eni ozu ọchọ anyị ma ọ fụrụ anyị na ọfụkwana anyị n'oge ezi anazere mmiri onye ọbụla aka ya dị n'ihe gbasara Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fa ga-ejikede ana wee zere mmiri otu a ka m si ekwu ya wee na-agwa Chukwu okike abịa ma na ị ga-abịa ime ya n'oge nke anyị ana Biafra ga-abịalele ọ bụ ihe egwu onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ịgwara ya na Biafra ga-abịa and anyị kwetakwara ya na Biafra ga-abịa maka ọ bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bụ Chizọba anyị na-afụ anya today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bụ Chizọba and ọ na-azụ anyị ofu aka ka o ji wee nọịkwa n'aka ndị iro n'ụbọchị nke tata wee na-ata afụfụ ka ọ na-ata afụfụ a ka ụfọdụ nọ n'akụkụ wee na-etikwere ya stọt wee na-akpagharị ya ọkpa ka ọ damie mana anyị na-asị Chukwu okike stọdụ ahụ ha na-etiri ya ọ bụ fa ga-adakpu n'ime ya ise ọ bụ ana ka fa ga-eji wee zere mmiri ise wee na-asị Chukwu gbakwanụ nwunye onye ndu Nnamdi Kanu Uchechi di ya asa nwaanyị di ya nwaanyị na-eneta di ya anya agbanyekwaghị na ndị iro na-agba ya mgba okpulu agbanyekwaghị na ndị iro chọrọ ịnapụ ya di ya agbanyekwaghị ma ndị si na fam ife a na-eme ha nọkwa di ya ha ka na-akpọkwa iyi na-agwa ya okwu ọjọọ nwaanyị ga-amaghị ha many years ha na di ya bigoro na di ya wee na-ata afụfụ ya wee na-ata afụfụ wee na-asị udube ha chebe ha gbaa ha ume ya ma ya nwa m ezinụlọ ya ma mma ga-akpọpụta ya ebe ahụ ọ na ọ bụ ife na-agwa Chukwu okike ana m agwa gị na ị ga-ege kpọpụta onye ndu kpọpụtara anyị ya ka ihe ọ na ebe ahụ eme kpọpụta ya akpọ n'isi na-ebu Chukwu kpọpụtara anyị ya ka ọ bịa lụkọ ọlụ ọ kwụsịrị bikos ọlụ a ọ ya ga-efinishi ya ọ nweghị onye edebere ya Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta bịa finishi ihe i bidoro maka ihe ị gwara anyị and anyị kwetara na ihe ọbụla ị gwara anyị wee na-asị Chukwu okike abịara nara ekene nara otuto n'ebe ọ dị ukwuu ebe ị zagoro na ya ekpere wee na-asị gị udo dịrị Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ruo oge ebighị ebi ise thank you great people, thank you freedom fighters. We have prayed in heavenly language according to our leader. That is what he told us, and everything that he says is authentic. Marien Haider, I don't know, you want to use at least 2 minutes to start your preamble? Then I will bring out this video of our leader's wife. That is when I will start asking you a question. Then we're going to listen to the voice of our leader. After then I will begin to ask you some questions, because we bring you here today because you are a mother. You are a woman. You know what it is to have, to be pregnant and they carried a baby for 9 months and deliver the baby and nothing happens to you upon all the pains, all the pains that a woman are passing through. Of course, we know that all of them are women, but some people are beyond. The madness in them have, take them away in that womanhood. So I want you to say something before I'll bring out this audio tape, then we proceed. Ada.
Thank you, Mazi. You're giving me so much accolade. I'm kind of scared. I like to come in as an underdog and so that I can have room for errors. But having said that, there's a statement that said, to whom much is given, much is required. Hopefully, I'll be able to satisfy our people with the analysis or whatever questions you're going to throw at me. I do not know them. We have not discussed them. So it's going to be organic. But before we proceed, I must first give all respect to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, believing that God will continue to protect him, continue to give him an unusual wisdom, continue to subdue his enemies and put them under his feet. You have already prayed, so I'm not praying. So, and then I give the same respect to his wife, because that's his better half. So whatever respect I give to Al Hamadike, I give to his wife. She's a great woman. She was brilliant. She was smart. She was very articulate. She is what Americans called all the 9 yards. I give it to her. So, and then I move forward to the OS. I must appreciate them. I thank them for their good stewardship and to tell them to continue, because there's an adage that says, when you thank somebody for what the little they have done, then they'll be poised and encouraged to do more. That's why I'm saying it. So yeah, you started by invoking motherhood. Let me tell you, from that broadcast, as a mother, I have a child. I can relate to the process of carrying a baby, 9 months, giving birth. It's quite an interesting process. The difficulties, yes, but immediately you see that child, when the child is it comes out from your womb, the joy that you experience overrides every pain. So, but the one I'm going to talk about, which brought tears to my eyes that day on her broadcast, was when she mentioned that the incident on the 17th in 2017, I may not be able to give the exact date, but I believe it was the year 2007 when they invaded our Hamadike's village home at Afaruku Beku. She said because of the stress, because she was on the phone communicating with him when all the mayhem unleashed. And because of that stress, she miscarried. That's a painful experience. I can relate to her because I went through 2 miscarriages. I'm telling you, it's the worst thing that can happen to any woman. It's the most painful experience. It is the most heartbreaking. In fact, if you're not careful, that person can go into depression a long time. I was almost there because you anticipating to see this child. You're already having bond with this child, especially we that are in the Western world. From the fourth week, you can start having scan. You can begin to have relationship with that child, and the expectations continue to build. Some of us might even have chosen names, and then out of nowhere, and especially this one being miscarriage that was induced, that was avoidable. If not for that stress, she would have had that baby. The guilt, you feel as a mother that there is something you could have done differently. I was there twice, so I know her pain. So I'm using this opportunity to let her know that a lot of us women, we can relate to her pain. We may never exactly feel it because everybody's emotions are different. For her to understand that in everything, God is still in control. Only God, only nature knows why it happened. But to let her know that I understand as a woman that went through that process twice, it was very difficult. Then on a lighter mood, before we go straight into the issue of today, or the business of today, I'm going to say it again. I've made this statement once. I think I made it on Brother Kanga's program probably early this year or last year. Honestly, and I kid not, there's a whole bunch of good women in America. Take it from me. I have met them. I have related with them. A whole bunch of accomplished women in America. They are not in this fight for whatever reason. Is their issue, is their problem? I don't know. But I am telling you, let us not judge or make decisions based on the few that came out and disappointed us. But I'm guaranteeing you, there's a whole bunch of accomplished, good women. So somebody like me, my mission will be to find a way to continue to minister to them, to talk to them, so that they can come and join us, because I know what they're capable of doing. Thank you. Let us go get into the business of today. I just needed to bring that in because it's important to me. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And God bless you too. Thank you. Thank you very much for this, your wonderful preamble. Of course, we call it business. And some people won't even understand when we call it business. Some people will may twist it and say that Biafran restoration is business. Whatever you may call it, but we are telling you this is the toughest business on this planet Earth. Because if Biafra comes, the miracle have ended. That is what our leader told us. And with everything that he said, we believe him.
It has to be business, Mazi, because wherever your treasure is where your heart is. You protect something that is important to you. That is why people do everything. So business in that terminology, for those who don't understand it, it is their business. I'm going to put it that way. But we all know this is our main project, our main issue, our main resolve. Why we breathe today, because we don't want all these children we are having in diaspora to be stuck in diaspora. They must go home. We must bring them home. They are the future of Biafra. They are a heritage. They are our suffering. They are our sweat. So yes, it is our business. Thank you.
Thank you. Now let's move to the voice. I think we are going to, as the voice is coming out, I would like you, Nwada, if you have your pen and paper, I want you to also begin to jot some things down, because I think, Nwada, I want you to take over this floor in some seconds. Let me bring also my pen and paper so that I can be able to jot some things down, because I have to ask you a very serious questions. And
yes. The way you're sounding this morning, you're sounding so serious. I'm beginning to kind of, am I going to be able to handle things? It's going to be some serious questions. Okay. Yes. I think I'm going to do some prayers. I'm going to need a lifeline.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a lifeline.
Of course, I'm here already with my pen and paper. I'm going to start the voice of our leader right now. And I want everyone to pay very big attentively. Like I said yesterday, today is going to be the part 2. And we have already have a woman that understood, to connect the dots, because we are coming here to connect the dots. Things that you don't know, things that you never think or you thought about. And today you'll begin to know it, because we have come to stay. We have come to stay. And we know that Biafran Restoration Project is our last bus stop. That is why I always tell my people to embark on this journey and support us, support your brothers, because Biafra is not only for me, it's for all of us. I know that not everybody is going to fight for it. Some will fight, some will begin to look. When Biafra comes, all of us will enjoy. All of us will enjoy. Now let's start the video.
Let's go.
To the second part.
Thank you.
Yeah. As I said before about you've answered the question. Now, what do you have to say about IPOB structure? What do you have to say about IPOB structure? And some people trying to thwart this established structure. What do you have to say personally? Please, go on.
Thank you. IPOB structure. IPOB, in fact, first of all, the mantra of IPOB is one family. The IPOB structure that I know has been set up as the backbone upon which this movement relies. That is a structure. And in every organization, if you do not have a structure, you will collapse. Just as a human being, what is our structure? It is the spinal cord that you have, was the spinal cord, the spinal line, your spine. That's the structure. If that is tampered with, if you have a problem with that, you will collapse as a human. You will not walk. So the structure has been set up there in IPOB. IPOB has her own structure, which is her backbone upon which she relies. There is an hierarchical organogram. I mean, this has been since 2014, 2015. In terms of the organogram, that's what I'm talking about. The organogram has been since 2014. and is hierarchical rather. It is put into place to enable the effective functioning of IPOB. And that structure stems from the head of Directorate of State through to the last official within every IPOB chapter. The Directorate of State spearheads some time ago during 2015. I'm sure those who were in IPOB then would hear a lot of, oh, IPOB is being spearheaded by the DOS. IPOB is spearheaded by the DOS. DOS is Nnamdi Kanu, and Nnamdi Kanu is the DOS. I don't know if nobody sings that mantra anymore, but that is the structure that I know that Nnamdi Kanu has set in place. The Directorate of State spearheads the movement, and I'm sure we are all aware that Nnamdi Kanu is also a member of the DOS. Hence, any operation outside of this very structure, honestly, should be disregarded. And let it be worthy of note that Radio Biafra, which is why I am here today, I mean, I could go on BBC and the rest of them, but Nnamdi Kanu understands the power of media. He knows that if you have media, you have the power. The rest of the media, censored or sponsored by the government, they will always censor your news. They will always twist what you say to be something else. And then Nnamdi Kanu will say to you, Radio Biafra is where you come and you get the unadulterated news or information. So let's not forget that Radio Biafra is the mouthpiece of the movement. There could be other movements, other places in the world. There are several movements, everybody trying to make sure that we get Biafra.
Mazi, if you want to hold, let me
under the leadership
briefly
of Nnamdi
Kanu. I
Kanu.
wouldn't want us to kind of run everything. We may lose certain things. So, because there is something very important and poignant. This woman is very, very brilliant. Very brilliant. If you pay attention.
Adan, yeah. Thank you very much. Adan, as we are playing the tape, what you just did now was very, very excellent. Yeah. If you see that you can come in, then you come in.
Yeah.
I will pause.
Sure.
Thank you.
So what I'm trying to say here is, let us take this thing segment by segment. Because when you listen to her in the totality, you may lose some of the informations. This tape, this broadcast is packed, jam-packed, and she did it deliberately. Very deliberate. And I'm going to explain that right now. She started in this part 2 talking about organogram. She used the word there, organogram. But she first started with spinal cord. They are really the same thing. But the brilliant thing she did here was brought in spinal cord to make it easy for those people who may, hear the word organogram. It sounds ambiguous. It sounds huge. To relate, use the spinal cord to relate to them something we're all familiar with, because we all have spinal cord.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And when you look at this, if you look at the meaning of spinal cord, we know, literally, but let's read it from dictionary point of view. It said, a column of nerve tissue that runs from the base of the skull down to the center of the back. Why is it important? It starts from the head, because we are speaking about the word head. In anything, any structure, any organization, there has to be a head. It's important. And anything that has a head trickles down. But this spinal cord, group of nerves, tissue nerves, all connected to this central place called the spinal cord. And the spinal cord, I'm not going to go deep because it's not my major, but I'm going to tap a little bit into biology because she invoked it. When you talk about the sensory, like I touch something, or even when I look, the whole information will go through the motor neurons straight to the spinal cord, get to my brain. The information is processed, related back to that place of my hand that touched something for me to have the sensation. What am I saying? Even the nerves, even the sensories must report to the head for it to be processed. The sensories cannot say, because I'm a sensor, I am the one that picked up this information. I'm the one that picked up the heat. I'm going to process it by myself. No, it is not wired that way. We're talking about something created by God. Because now I'm trying to touch some of us that are into religion. If God himself can organize things for them to be, if God himself believes in order, who are we not to? Remember, it's not an author of confusion. Now, let's look at organogram. You see, they're almost the same thing. So that is why I say she's brilliant. She intentionally chose these words so that those who cannot understand it from the ambiguity of the word organogram, use your body to relate to what you were trying to bring to. It's an organizational organogram is an organizational chart, also called organogram. Organogram or organizational breakdown structure is a diagram that shows the structure of an organization and the relationship and relative ranks of its parts and positions and jobs. We must establish this because it's no wonder she started with this, because once some of us who have been fighting this institution, this our organogram, if they can understand that, maybe they will fall in line. This is why it's important. And when you come into, like when you speak about the human body, the head of the spinal cord, which is where the brain is, that's where the processing takes place. When you talk about organizational chart, which is the organogram, you have what you call the CEO. That's who Mazi Edozie is. Mazi Hamadike is the president. There are two different people. When you establish an organization, you must have a CEO who oversees the other department to make sure that everything is running smoothly day to day. The president do not get involved. He only gets involved when they cannot resolve issue or when they're having their board meetings. They will all come together, even though his signature is the final. But he's not the one that runs the day-to-day affairs of the company. Why am I saying that, or an organization, before they say I'm saying that this thing is company? Why am I saying that? Even when we listen back to this, our Lolo, you hear that when she's asked a poignant question.
One other Marien Haider.
Yes.
When you use company, they may say whatever they want to say. I want them to understand that when we register Radio Biafra in London, it was registered as a company. Okay. Because you must register as a company.
You have to.
You can never register a freedom fighting movement in a Western world. They will never accept
never.
it. You must register it as a company. Continue.
Yes. And even at that company, when it was registered in London, who is the president? Mazi Nwachineke.
Yes.
Is he the one running Radio Biafra day to day? The answer is no.
No.
This is how organizations function. Because even if Mazi Nwachineke is out today, just like our Lolo tried to explain to us, I don't know whether some of us hadn't had her. That's why I'm trying to highlight these things. She said that she asked this poignant question that she always hears people talk about DOS. She said, Mazi Nwachineke is DOS. He's a part of DOS. But
one other Marien Haider, there is something that she said. I just want to point it out. There's something that she said that we always say this thing, you know, even though when our leader was out here or when they just kidnapped or adopted our leader, we always said that DOS is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is DOS, and that is the way it is. And some of we have been getting away from our brain, and we have to bring that back.
That is the highlight. We must highlight it because
we have to understand that Mazi Kanu is also part of the DOS.
Exactly.
He's also part of the structure. So I don't know why some people are coming, and all these things we are saying is also fall on Mazi Nwachineke as a spinal cord for now. Yes. Because I always trying to ask people, for instance, on absence of a president, you have a vice president. On absence of a prime minister, I think you have the
senator, the Senate president.
Yeah, the Senate president.
Yes.
And on absence of Igwe, you have Ono. And I don't even understand why people don't even trying to understand that Mazi Nwachineke is that backbone. I mean, the spinal cord that we are talking now. I want you to continue, please.
Yes. You know, so this Mazi Nwachineke, even when Mazi was out, or even if Mazi comes out, Mazi Nwachineke will continue to play the role of CEO. People must get it. He is the one that oversees the departmental health, whether Mazi is out or no. The only thing that has happened now is, like, Mazi will always have the signature to put his signature as a stamp of approval to whatever decision they have reached to. But because Mazi is not where he can be given that paperwork to sign his signature, he designated that power. That's what you call power of attorney. That's the only thing that is added to Mazi Nwachineke. His job description has never been diminished, was never added now that Mazi is in. No, he continues to be the CEO. But what I'm going to say here when it comes to this is, I'm going to bring something else. It's like I'm going to jump a little bit ahead of the tape because I've had it, but it's all going to add up. There is something she said, because this thing we are talking about, we must bring it to that place. When you invoke the name, she said, she used the word wait, let me see that before I produce it. Adominem. Adominem is a fallacy. She used that word because it's important, because this is what these people are using to confuse people. The question becomes, what is a fallacy? A fallacy, let me read it. A fallacy is when somebody, example is like somebody can say vegetables are bad. Okay? But vegetables are bad for you. That and dinosaurs all ate vegetables. That was why they died. This is a fallacy. Why? The vegetables may be bad. Vegetables are bad, can be bad. It's a statement of truth. The dinosaurs, according to science, they all died and they ate vegetables. That is true. But it doesn't mean that because they ate vegetables, that was why they died. That's why I'm bringing this in now. Because they will come and tell you, Ohamadike is the president, the supreme leader. Yes, he is. That's a statement of fact. But that does not mean that Ohamadike was solely running IPOB as a movement without the power of somebody like Mazi Nwachineke relegating his position. Now they have no input, they have no contribution, DOS are irrelevant. That's the fallacy there.
And again, Ada, if you see, according to our Lolo, the First Lady Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife, you also heard her very clear when she was saying that in any organization, if there is no structure, there is no how this organization can move forward. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself knows that this family need a structure. And this structure is what keeps us going up to date. Because without no structure, we are doing nothing. That is why you see today, Mazi Nwachineke is in DSS dungeon and things are happening. Some people are still lobbying, having some communication with international community, and so other things that we are doing. We are, we are going for protests. People are organizing it. That is what they call structure. And
Yes.
in that structure, they must have a head on that structure. And I want you to continue. And again, I would like you to also use 1 minute. Let us push the video a little bit so that our people will also, understand what we are talking about.
Exactly. Structure, just like you rightly said. What I'm trying to establish is that when Mazi was out, this structure was functioning the same way it's functioning now. Nothing has changed. The only thing that changed was that now Mazi Edoziem was given a power, an extra power, to sign signatures on behalf of Mazi. That's it. Whatever job Mazi Edoziem is doing now, he has been doing, because there has to be a structure. Let me cap in a little bit. Organizations like MASOP and other ones that have come and gone or still existing, ask yourself, why is it that once their leader is picked up, it's like they collapse? It goes back to structure. They have no structure. They don't have the spinal cord. So once you pull one of the nerves, the whole system will go down. Especially when you cut off, when you take out the main spinal cord, the whole thing will go down, because there is no structure. It cannot exist. They can't even stand. That's the point. Like she said, you can't even stand up if you don't have this spinal cord. It's a deformity. There is something you call the children that when you see they're deformed from birth, or even they die, most of the things that causes miscarriages, unless, if you're not having any stress or trauma, is this thing, spinal bifida. A child that the spinal cord is not well formed in the womb during the time of formation, during the time of metastasis, that child will die. It's a misnomer. So you need that structure for that child that is forming in the womb. The fetus, that fetus needs the structure, that spinal cord, for that child to fully form. So what I'm saying is that structure, whether Mazi is out, whether Mazi is in, this structure, he set it up, and that was one of the brilliant things he did, and that is why we must protect this structure. Those who are coming after this structure, let me tell us, is because they know the importance of structure. They know that if they can be able to distort, destroy the base, even weaken this structure, we're in trouble. Our people must get it. That is why they're poking at the structure and poking at the head of this structure, which is the spinal cord head. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Marien Haider. You are so powerful. And I still want to let our people understand that we are on Biafran television channel 1/IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nwachineke, where we always set the record straight. Radio Biafra is where we are worshiping. And DOS is Mazi Nwachineke. And the Mazi Nwachineke is DOS. Let us continue listening to the wife of our leader.
Radio Biafra is the mouthpiece of the movement. And as Mazi Nwachineke will always say, Radio Biafra is where we worship. It is where we worship. For those trying to thwart the established structure, the very purpose, the very spinal cord upon which IPOB lies on. They need to be aware that they are functioning outside of IPOB, being led by Nnamdi. And when you function outside of a defined structure, you are deliberately sabotaging. Think about the grazing cattle, cattle. a grazing cattle, and an egret. Egret is E-G-R-E-T. Whilst the cattle grazes, the egret feeds on the fleas. You know, the fleas that you find on the back, on the skin of the cattle. The egret feeds on the fleas on the cattle. So they both are benefiting from their relationship. So whilst the cattle is grazing and the fleas are, you know, eating off the skin and disturbing the cattle, the egret is, as light as it is feeding on the fleas.
Mazi, hold on
and the
here.
cattle has
I
no
know
problem
Mazi, hold
whatsoever
on,
because
please.
the
If you can pause here for me. I know where you're segueing into something else. I mean, you're going into where she started to talk about same, you know, relationships and biotic and all that. I still want to stay a little bit on this structure because the argument I want to bring here is why do our people think these people are attacking this structure? And let me give us an example. I want to give us an example how they are attacking this structure, and which I believe is one of the deception they are using. For example, which is what is called fallacy. That was why she invoked that ad hominem. It's a fallacy. You want to attack somebody, but you're not going to attack at the truth. They will tell you that Mazi Edozie does not speak like Mazi or Hamadike. They will tell you that Mazi Edozie is dull when he's making speeches. It looks like he's sleeping. I'm invoking how ad hominem can be used. The argument becomes, which is what makes it a fallacy, whether Mazi Edozie is a stutterer, whether he stutters, which is what we call it in our place, is so. Whether he stutters, whether he speaks slowly, whether he speaks fast, has nothing to do with his ability to speak. No, his ability to carry out the functions that have been designated to him. That is what you will watch. They have never attacked Mazi's ability to lead this project. They have never attacked Mazi Edozie's ability. Like all these things, you see all the time you bring all these activities that are doing, the ones we know, we don't know. Anytime it's suffer, they will just tell you, oh, the Andin Zama Handoshi. They will never attack the works DOS are doing. They will only attack their personality. Which becomes, what has their personality got to do with the job they're doing? Our balls should be on the job they're doing, not whether they can talk quick, talk fast, talk no. But that's another fallacy. When you flip it on the other side, what somebody like Ekperima is using.
Ada, let me come in here, please. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You said something that you said that you touched me. Of course.
Sure. Yeah.
That is the problem of our people. They want Mazi Edozie to begin to voice like our leader. Yes. But people don't even understand that we are not the same people.
Different personalities.
People, they were born to be quiet, but they are powerful. Yes. There are some people, they have that hard voice, at the same time powerful. Like me, when you see me today, I have a very hard voice, and there's no how I can do it. So that does not mean that I have a hard voice. Like I always tell people, I can never bring Biafra for you. Forget that Biafran child will come here and shout from morning till night. We are just creating awareness, supporting those that have what it takes to bring us Biafra. You see, and that is something our people have to understand, that shouting, of course, our leader, Chukwu Okike have gave him that, line to be, to have also a very hard voice. And he understood that without hammering the African people, they won't understand. And I want you to also remember what Mazi Edozie said in one of his broadcasts. He said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will tell you what he will do. But now, on absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, We are not going to tell you what we are going to do.
Exactly.
I want our people to understand that line.
Personality adjustment, differences. They're not the same people.
Continue.
Yeah, so that's what I'm bringing out. They're not the same people. So we should not be judging them by their characters, by qualities. What we should be judging them, are they getting the job done? I am bringing this in because this is the deception somebody like autopilot leader Ekperima is using on them. They try to say, oh, we like him because he talks like, no, he does not even talk like Mazi. He has his own career, whatever quality he has. So, but even if he's able to shout and scream, bring all those shiny things behind, the argument becomes, what can he show you? The activities? Can he show you the works he has done? This is the deception I'm calling our people's attention to. It's not about coming out, throwing bombs, coming out, making promises. All the things he says he's going to do, has he carried out any one of them? Last year, he was supposed to be in Nigeria. He never went. This year, twice, he has called that he was going to Nigeria. He never went. He has called for sit at home Monday through Friday, Saturday. None of them he was able to implement. Talk is cheap. That's what we say in America. It's not about what you say, but what you do. Compare this now to Mazi Chike Doziem, who hardly tells you anything done. But when he comes out and says anything, people listen. Compare this to even what our Lolo said. They are the ones calling me. They call and check on me. They debrief me of the activities, even when they go to UN. You have never seen Mazi Edoziem or any member of DOS come out to brag. We called UN the other day. We went there the other day. Or we called our Lord the other day. But he's getting the job done. I am stressing this point before we move to the next segment because our people must understand that what people like Ekperima are using is what you call fallacy, is deception. Yes, that is why our Lord had invoked that ad hominem. It's a fallacy. It's a way of trying to distort the truth by attacking the individual instead of attacking the subject matter. Go ahead, Mazi.
Marien Haider, you are right. Because after the message of our leader's wife day after yesterday, Simon also come out with another propaganda. There's something wrong with our people, that our people don't even understand the mess that we are into. Since the adoption of our leader up to date, Simon Ekpa have been bragging, putting our people in a state of imagination, trying to tell them that he will do this, he will travel to Nigeria, he will cause chaos, he will do this, he will bomb, he will destroy, that the DOS should step aside. Of course, we step aside for him because we are not in the same lane. We are not fighting each other because, firstly, Simon Ekpa is not part of us.
He has never been.
He never been part of us. So that is why I keep on telling people we are not dragging anything with these people, but we are trying to let our people understand that all these things is a fallacy, like what you said.
Fallacy. That's why I'm stressing it. Fallacy. Our people can go and check it. Fallacy. And that is why our law invoked that ad hominem. Ad hominem is attack of fallacy. Trying to attack something that is not the subject matter. Oh, because Mazi, let me use you as an example, Mazi. You see how you and I speak. Somebody might see you and say, oh, he must be a wicked man, he must be a hard man. This is what people, America will call them a teddy bear. You might be a teddy bear. That is, you talk loud, you express yourself this way, but your heart is the heart of gold. I know I'm like that. So when you begin to judge me because of the way I voice, you say, oh, because Marien Haider speaks like this woman must be wicked. That's fallacy. That's a fallacy. You're trying to use what you think people don't like about me to make a general statement about me, knowing very well that it is a lie. Politicians do this a lot. So that's what they're using on Mazi Edoziem. I want our people to look at what job DOS are doing, not whether you like them, whether they look tall, whether they impress you when they speak, whether they call you, whatever. It's immaterial. We're in a freedom fighting for Christ's sake, for crying out loud. It's not about my emotions. It shouldn't be about how I look or whether you like me or dislike me. Am I getting the job done? Not somebody who comes out and promises you from since last year. None of the things he said, he himself will be the one to come out to say, I am going to do this. And he'll give you a timeline. The time will come and go. Why are they not holding him responsible? Even though he might have your charisma, the charisma they claim they love. Is it charisma that's going to bring us Biafra? It's not the amount of dance you dance on social media. Sitting, kneeling down in front of a white candle cannot bring Biafra. Putting all these objects behind him, guns and whatever, whether they are fake or true, it will not give you Biafra. In fact, there is something I saw yesterday that blew my mind. What is it? After our, there's a way our Lord says something. I was surprised to see him. He has changed his studio. Now he's sitting on a couch, which I asked myself, is he trying to emulate our brother Ikenga? I don't know. But I'm not going there because I'm not here for yabis. I'm here for substances. But I observed that he has changed his studio sitting. Now he's sitting on a couch. So maybe
Ada, what he's trying to do is this. I don't think the problem is like there's something I want to really prove to people. You know, sometimes our people don't understand that we are living in Europe, that we are working Europe, American, and some part of Asia. There is something money can buy.
Yes.
I am trying to tell our people that all those things that Simon Eber is sitting on is something that money can buy. It's something that you don't have to be doing well. As far as you are working, you can do it. That is why all these things that I have, that sometimes I sit on my seat, I have this thing for years because I'm a kind of person also love our tradition. So I'm trying to prove it to our people for them to understand that some of you that are living in Africa don't see somebody that are sitting on that kind of chair. Of course, the chair may be a little bit expensive, and you put a cap, you sit, and our people now will begin to think that, how look at this African guy staying in Europe, have this kind of background. Probably he may be a rich person. That is what I'm trying to do. To make him understand, to make our people understand that all these things are nothing. It's something that money can just buy. It's just nothing. So
and they cannot bring us Biafra. And these things cannot bring us Biafra. That's the bottom line.
Which Biafra is going to bring you? How can he bring you Biafra?
That's the bottom line. That's because our people continue to say, what he has done. What has he done? These things cannot bring us Biafra. We are here for restoration, actualization of Biafra, not showcasing whatever you think you may have. And even for us here in America, you buy things on credit. So you can be riding the best car in America. It doesn't mean that you have paid it out. So that's America for you, but that's not where. What I'm trying to say is that I want our people to start rethinking. Let them ask questions. Let them ask this individual who comes out, wants you to destroy the Ngalabajulo, the structure of this movement. Our in a positive thinker says, a bird in hand is worth a million in the bush. This is the only structure we have. This is the only structure instituted by Ahmadike. This is the only structure that, in his absence, our rallying place, somebody is using just because of objects, trying to tell you to destroy or discredit this structure. This thing is important because that is the main problem we have. Our people must get it.
Yes, Ada, I want us to listen to this, a message from a man. This man is from China. I think, sure. He's from India or Pakistan. I don't really know where he came from, but he's a messenger.
Sure.
I want us to listen to what this man said, because when we are talking about being, so loud, like according to what you said, Marien Haider, you said some people are trying to say that Mazi Nwachineke is quiet. That means that it's not working.
Yeah.
I want us to listen to what this man said. Pay attention. Sure. And I hope every one of us are paying attention. I want you people to see this man. I hope you people know this man. They can see him. Yes. Now let us listen to what this man said.
Don't choose a leader because you like him. You choose a leader because he's capable. You don't have to like him. He's capable. That's all. You don't like him, so what does it matter? He's doing the job that he has to do. You don't like him, what does it matter? You choose somebody to a leadership position not because you like him and dislike him, only for competence.
Yes.
Mazi, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. I'm glad you brought this in. This is brilliant.
Yes. This man said, you choose a leader because he's capable.
Competent.
You don't need to like him. You don't need to dislike him. What you have to do is for you to look towards if this person is capable doing what you send him to do. Why should you like him? Why should you like him, by the way?
That's the argument.
That is the argument. You're right.
That's the argument. And
what
is paining me too, that these people that are trying to malign, debase, DOS, especially Mazi Edoziem, what I'm asking them is this. Why are you doing this? They cannot give you a particular answer. You don't know this man. Is he not doing the job? They cannot answer that question. You just don't like him. So now, if you don't like him, what you're telling somebody like me that you're saying that Mazi Nwachineke made a mistake. That Mazi Nwachineke is not smart enough to handpick the right person to represent him in his absence. That's really the totality of the statement they're making. The person that are really saying that the person is uninformed, unintelligent, is Mazi Nwachineke, not even Edoziem, because Mazi Edoziem did not pick himself. Is somebody trying to tell me that Mazi did not make a conscious decision to pick this man? It's just like now somebody coming to tell me, you know, that's the problem I have with this fool saying he's trying to advise our law on what to say. And now he came out swinging, talking nonsense like nobody should believe her. And I'm scratching my head like, this is this man's wife. I don't care anybody that claims they started this movement.
Ada, please, before you proceed, there's something I want to read because this thing connected to what you are about to say now. I want you to pay attention and see what this guy wrote on his Twitter handle. I don't know where he put it. He said, the struggle for Biafra independence has far gone beyond personality. The same God who anointed Paul was the same God that anointed David.
Did he say Paul or Saul?
He said, okay, Saul, sorry, not Saul, sorry. Let me repeat it again. The struggle for Biafra independence has far gone beyond personality. The same God anointed Saul was the same God anointed David. If you know, you know. Ada, do you know what this guy is trying to tell us now?
Yes.
You know,
and I'm going to take a bet at it. Go ahead, finish.
Not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that the same God that made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that made him. That now it's trying to tell people that it's not part of IPOB. And this guy is not part of us. We have to say it. And I want you to continue because this guy is just, I don't even understand why people are still listening to this guy. I know there's a lot of people that projected this guy saying that he has charisma. And then I begin to ask myself, because he decorated his background with irons and all sort of nonsense that he's speaking on the street. Now you see him as somebody that has charisma. Now you understand a lot of our people are those that are caused all this problem. And at the end, they are going to run away. And some people have already begun to get out from his page and all this nonsense that he's talking about. And before you proceed, Ada, there is also something that I heard from him saying that some people should ignore our leader's wife.
Yes.
That if our leader's wife can go to come out here telling people that our leader is okay, he's fine, he's living, even though he added that our leader is living in 5-star. Now he's putting salt. And
that is the fallacy I'm talking again. That is the fallacy. That is what
there is something that our leader's wife said. That question goes to our leader's wife, like, can you tell us the, capability and the health, and if our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is intact? The wife of our leader said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brain is intact. He is who he is. And at the same time, the wife said, nobody in DSS Don John will feel happy. Nobody left the wife and the family will feel happy. But when you are talking about the capacity or capability of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reasoning, that his reasoning is still there, there is nothing changed. But Simon Ekpa was there, saying all sort of things, saying if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wife come out on Radio Biafra, begin to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fine. Now, do you know what Simon Ekpa said there? I was laughing. He said, we that are going to UN, sending letter to UN, what are they going to say? I am challenging Simon Ekpa. He should bring any documented or any proof that he have ever sent a message to UN or he have already seated in UN. When people will hear something like that, they will say, wow, these people are working so hard. I never see Simon Ekpa make any move to UN or even the European Parliament, but he will be there taking the credit. And some people will say, yeah, maybe he have already wrote a letter. But I have told these people time without number. I have wrote different letter to UN, to different international community. But the question is, after they read the message, what are they doing with it? This is it. A lot of us have wrote a letter to these people. A lot of us have, went for protests to create awareness, to let the world understand what we are passing through in that contraption. All these things, Simon Ekpa will tell you all the protests we are going, like Simon Ekpa ever been in protest before. The one we saw him was, somebody called him. Do you know that Simon Ekpa is also using that, like they are protesting? Can somebody tell me? And I want you to continue, please.
Mazi, let me tell you, for you to say he should show a document or any letter he submitted, you are giving him a cheap way. You know this guy, his name is Xerox, okay? All he has to do is to go and Xerox something somebody else have done and submitted to UN or anywhere and insert his name there. He's very good at that. My argument, my challenge to him will be, can he show us with minutes, with evidences, when he was in a meeting with UN or any world organizational body, just like our law even told you, she met with them. HOD, is not submitting paper. Have they called you? Did they summon you? This is where
Marien Haider, we was in European Parliament, wasn't last month or last 2 months. I have forgotten.
Exactly.
Yes. So we saw Mazi Shika Edoziem coming out from the same door that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out from, because I have been with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also in European Parliament.
Yes.
The same door that this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was coming out from, the same door Mazi Shika Edoziem come out from. So I don't even understand why all these shenanigans. I don't
because he has no topic. But let me take that issue. I don't want it to run away. This issue, he's compared himself to Samuel, compared himself, Saul and Samuel. When I saw it, I chuckled. I chuckled because I'm like, I don't understand why people continue to cite the Bible when they don't even understand what they're saying. Okay, let's go to that particular argument he made. The same God, that's his argument. The same God that anointed Saul is the same God that anointed David. Fine. First of all, that story is in the book of 1 Samuel. Okay, anybody who wants to read it to see. First of all, who was Saul? For this idiot to compare Mazi with idiot, do you really know what he's saying? If you read the story of Saul, Saul was a man that was immoral. Saul was a man that was unstable. Saul was a man you cannot compare with. So for him to even compare Mazi with Saul was very, very derogatory. And every Biafran should go and read 1 Samuel chapter 15, read it down, and then you will see how this idiot how this bastard qualified our Onyendu. I take serious offense to that. That's number one. Number two, Saul, when he was anointed by Samuel, he was not anointed by God. He was anointed by Samuel, Prophet Samuel. And it was the same Prophet Samuel that anointed David. If that was he's trying to insert or say, let me correct him there. But let me move with the story. Samuel, there was something Saul did before God asked Samuel to go and anoint David. He disobeyed God. So is Samuel is Ekperima trying to say that our Hamadike that he disobeyed God and God had rejected him? Because that's the story of Samuel. That's all I meant to say. You want to make comparison, you better make a good one. Saul disobeyed God and God rejected him. So is he inserting that God has rejected our Hamadike? Because that's what it's implying to make that comparison. Number two, even when David was anointed, David never raised his hand against Saul. David never walked against the kingdom, the territory, the leadership of Saul as long as he was alive. In fact, there was a time that David had opportunity to kill Saul. He said, I will not lift my hand against the anointed of God. But this man, our leader, is still alive. Well, because that is why they brought in, that's why they're angry that our Lord came out to tell us that even though Mazi is in confinement, has been in confinement for more than a year, even though Mazi, his heart is not good. He didn't hear that part. That our Lord will say that everybody knows that Mazi has a heart condition.
Yes, he did not hear that part.
He didn't hear that part because he wants to make an argument. He didn't hear that part that she said it and said he needs medical attention. But once you invoke the issue of Biafra, Mazi wakes up. He's mentally sharp. That was what the woman was explaining there. This is why it's not good to debate with an idiot. He chose to hear what he wanted to hear. So now going to the story of Saul and David. All he wanted to hear was if our Lord have come and say, oh, Mazi could not remember anything, Mazi is mentally bad, then they will be happy because that will make him to qualify the argument he made. I will no longer listen to anybody in danger because he's not incapable of making decisions to himself. That's what he was doing.
Wisdom. That is exactly what they are expecting. That Onyendu wife should say, Mazi, they will say, okay. That is what we're saying.
Do you not see? I told you people that Mazi is incapable of taking care of himself. Mazi is incapable of making decisions. So you see, I'm right. God ministered to me. That is their part of their disappointment. Let me tell you another thing there. Even though Mazi's wife did not bring it up, because from the story she told, she didn't know that they set a trap for her. Okay? They went, and that is why I don't care what even if Mazi comes out today and says that Bridget is a good woman, I will refuse. That woman is evil. Evil. On that breakfast, whatever, prayer breakfast, was she not the one that arranged? And all they wanted was our Uchechi, our Lord, our first lady, to disgrace her to the core. Let me tell you, this is my analysis, and I'm right. I can tell you I am correct. They set that thing up because if you go and watch that movie, that video they made, you will see that they were waiting. It took them time. Other people were looking at each other, kind of maybe texting themselves, where is he? Because he told them he was bringing somebody. But she was delaying. She did not tell them who she was bringing, Bridget. But I believe the Michael Jackson prophet and this Ekperima knew. They planned this thing. They wanted her to be there. And they would have used that picture, that photo op. It would have gone viral that our Mazi has delegated his wife to be part of autopilot. That was the Photoshop they were trying to showcase. But as they continue to wait, they were running out of, even you can hear the pastor getting impatient. That was when that crazy Ekperima walked out and they claimed what they called installing him and anointing him. It was after that, boom, our Lord called him. Let me tell you, when she made the interview, I said, God is faithful. There is something our people say that why am I saying this? You see that sickness, whatever sickness she was that day, was what saved her from the total disgrace they wanted to put on her. If it was not for that sickness, she would have walked at the right time. They were crowning this bastard, and they would have used that Photoshop. No matter what you say, they would say she knew about it. She's in support of Ekperima's crowning. That was the purpose of that thing. Take it from me.
And again, Ada, I want to say something to the people of Biafra. Of course, we are still on Biafran television channel 1/IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nwachineke, Kanu. And I will still repeat this to our people, even though if our leader is out today, I will still, stick on that Bridget Okafor is evil.
Yes.
Till Onyendu will come and tell me the reason. And I will also tell Onyendu my own reason, because this woman have said a lot of things. And I want you to understand that. You see all this independent of our money they are saying today. Bridget Okafor is the first person that started that.
Yes.
She is the one that started saying that our money is independent.
Yes.
Before some people pick it up from there. The same Bridget Okafor is the first person that went to where we are worshiping on Radio Biafra, said that
and
we are
done.
You see, all these things, I have a lot of things against this idiot. So, of course,
even on that video, that's so brave. Mazi, even on that prayer breakfast thing, they said, Mazi, if you go and watch that thing again, she made a confession that she said, we were the one that were fighting for Ekperima to be on Radio Biafra.
Yes. Yes.
She said it. I don't know why people forget.
Yes.
She said, when we fought, we couldn't get our way. We went underground. And what did they come up next? To crown Ekperima. While Mazi is still alive and able, they crowned him, according to them. And they wanted to mess the wife up, lured her in. What kind of friend is a Bridget to set this young woman up? A woman that is grieving, going through stress. Her husband has been in detention. She's the only one managing the family. Bridget had the guts, had the mind, the emotion to set her up like this. She's evil. I will say it loudly. But look at what is happening now. The same Ekperima is fighting Bridget.
You're right. Yeah, the same Ekperima.
Yes.
Ada is when all this shenanigans just started. I did a broadcast by then, and Simon Epa took my broadcast. He was, I don't know what he's doing with it. I'm one of the first people that started with Bridget, because I've been calling Bridget from day one, since she made that statement, that stupid statement from her mouth that we are Janjaweed and our money is independent. And I picked on her. And I was saying a lot of things about Bridget. And I am the first person that asked Bridget Okafor, because Bridget Okafor was telling us that they are spending
$85,000 a month.
On a month on a lobbying some people.
And a lobbyist.
Lobbyist. And again, they bring also 65. And I calculate all those money together. That is when I am the first person that started asking Bridget, all this money that you are spending, are you just, trying to squander our money? And we know, and I was asking that they were lying to us. When you go to all my videos, after the adoption of our leader, I think after 1 month that I started with Bridget, and I exposed everything. All this thing that Simon Epa is saying today about Bridget Okafor, I have said this thing 5 months ago. I told them about Bruce Fame. The reason why Bruce Fame is in Nigeria is to take the signature of our leader, and there is no two ways about it.
Yes.
There is no how anybody can dispute it. And this one they are bringing, they say that Mazi Nwachineke Kanu said that they should bring Bruce Fame back again. And I still asking this question. Does it mean that the legal team they were controlling before Bruce Fame, because all of them that they were with Bruce Fame today, they were against Bruce Fame. When I was making that broadcast, they supported me. They supported me that Bruce Fame is nobody. They supported me. Now they went to go and call Bruce Fame back. I'm asking them, does it mean that the legal team that they are controlling, what is the update from them? Those one they were controlling before. So does it mean that they are squandering our money, lying to us, that they are in one lawyer or something like that? And I don't know, maybe you understand this, daughter.
I'm telling you, that such a thing might not be far from the truth, because let me say this. Listen to what, in this example I'm bringing up now. Our Lolo was deceived, lured in, lied to people she believed she called a friend. She was checking on me. That was when she was setting her up to gain her trust, only to come to destroy her, but she was saved by the bell. Her sickness prevented her from being there at that time. Somehow she wiggled away. Wouldn't this give you an insight that Mazi is not truly debriefed of what is going on when it comes to some of these issues? I can tell you
supported.
that.
So, Ada,
I'm just telling you.
Ada, you don't have to tell me that. I know that every information they are giving to Onyendu, they are all fabricated.
Yes.
They are not telling Onyendu what is really happening out here.
Yes.
And because now Onyendu now is, hearing double voice.
Yes.
Onyendu also himself is getting a little bit confused. Who is telling me the truth now? Because they are using. I don't want to call names, but
when Lolo says she visited our Hamadike in June, I don't know whether it is this year's June or last year's June. She wasn't specific. I hope it's this year's June, because if it's this year's June, that means that she must have been able to clarify one or two things to Onyendu. This is what I believe is happening. This one will come and give Mazi this information. The other one will come, and all of them, because even if we pay attention, we can see that some of them have some personal interest, okay? So Mazi cannot make an informed decision right now. Not that he doesn't know what to do, but based on the information they are giving him, they are not telling him the truth. Why am I saying this? Because, again, I invoked this thing recently because I started thinking, for what we know on the social media, and Kanu has not refuted it, that for 8 days Mazi was incommunicado, in the hands of our enemies. Mazi Kanu knew, and he chose to hide it from everybody, especially the DOS, those he knew or he knows that can spring up and begin to do something. Mazi couldn't have been extraordinary rendition. We would have started fighting.
Let me boss you. Let me boss. And I want the great people of Biafra to listen to this. When Mazi Nnamdi was renditioned, or he kidnapped, Mazi Nnamdi was waiting for the leadership to take action.
You see?
Do you know that Mazi Nnamdi also queried the leadership?
You see?
In a sense that, where were you people when I was 8 days in Kenya?
You didn't miss me.
Where were you?
Right question.
Where were you people? But of course,
this is what I'm using this to bring the same argument to answer your question. Mazi did it. The Kanu knew. Not only did he know, he instructed the secretary to continue to tweet to make it look like Mazi was okay. Do you want to tell me that Mazi, this information was communicated to Mazi, and then Mazi will issue a statement and say, oh, none of these 3 people have nothing to do with my betrayer? Do you really want to tell me that? I don't believe it. So that tells me that Mazi is not getting all the information. Just like our Lolo. If not that her in-law called her to tell her what happened in that gathering, she wouldn't have known that the Ekperima came there, was there, and the same Bridget that invited her poured crazy olive oil on his head. She wouldn't have known. So this is the deception they're carrying out. I don't know. I don't believe that they're telling Mazi everything. I can't tell you the reason, because how can a law firm that's supposed to be lobbying for you, for how many months? You have not seen results. You continue to pay, even if it's $30,000 a month. It's a whole lot. Where is the result? So some of them
we can also connect these dots.
Yes.
Because everything we are doing is we are trying to practicalize.
You're trying to connect the dots because that's how you get the answer.
Yeah. Ada is like when I know that you heard about the leaking tape of Ogbuefi. You heard it, right?
Yeah, I heard it. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And do you know that all this thing happened? Ogbuefi say all sort of nonsense from his mouth. And I want you to also, if you haven't forgotten, that the leader of indigenous people of Biafra's wife said that the first person Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked about was Mazi Chike Doziem. Now pay attention. Now pay attention to this. After all this idiocy that come out from Ogbuefi mouth, they went back and come back again and fabricate lie and said that Onyendu said that we should unite, they should bring Ogbuefi back. Then I begin to ask myself, does it mean that these people did not told Onyendu what Ogbuefi did? Because if Onyendu was out, if Ogbuefi did what he did about the head of DOS, I don't think that Onyendu will ever see Ogbuefi with his eyes. Now they went out there. I don't even believe that they went to Onyendu. I don't even believe that they said anything to Onyendu.
Exactly.
Now they went there and lied to Onyendu.
Yes.
And Onyendu, I'm not saying that Onyendu did not say that we should unite, or Onyendu did not say that they should bring him back.
But he's saying all this. He's saying all this, Mazi. He's saying all these things based on information that is given to him. That's the argument.
Yes, this is what I'm trying to connect. That then I'm not saying that Onyendu did not say so, but what did they told Onyendu? That is the point. What did they told Onyendu there before Onyendu said that he should bring him back?
Exactly.
So that is something that all of us have to understand. And I want you to continue because there's something.
Because with this information going, with things happening like this, like some of them have decided to make us their cash cow. Okay. And that is why we must do everything we can. Mazi has to come out. Some of them have seen us as a cash cow, just want to be milking us. It doesn't make sense. Mazi is not being, I don't know whether it's because of where he is. They don't want to debrief him. But if you're not giving him the full information, don't bring out some garbage messages to us that you concocted somewhere. Don't bring it to us, because that's what is creating some of this confusion.
So, let's
move on. So let's move on with the program.
Another phase of this issue now.
Yeah. So,
and I want to ask you something.
Sure, go ahead.
Now, because we have already captioned what our leader wife said. Now we are trying to, break it down to our people so that they will begin to understand what we are doing here. Because of course we are connecting the dot at the same time, trying to do the justice. And our people, I want people to know that we are still on Biafran television channel 1/IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nwachineke Kanu, where we always set the record straight. DOS is Mazi Nwachineke Kanu, and the Mazi Nwachineke Kanu is DOS.
Yes, correct.
And there is something I want to ask you. Now that you heard from the leader of indigenous people of Biafra that Mazi Chike Doziem is the head, Ada, what do you have to say against those that are fighting or putting stalled for Mazi Chike Doziem not to do his job? What do you think these people want to gain by putting stalled for Mazi Chike Doziem? Mazi Chike Doziem will give order. Some people will say he don't have that capacity to give order. And what do you think that these people are doing? Are they doing good to this struggle, or you think that they
far be it? They want to destroy because they know. Let me tell you now. I'm going to use this analogy. Where do you if you come now, even it's only in Nigeria that they have misplaced priorities. You can only send your soldiers where there is a war. You don't send them where there is no war. You send them to the war front. And you will send your best armies to the war front where the fire is raging. DOS, Mazi Edoziem, the head of DOS, is the engine, is the ngalabajulo, is the spinal cord of this movement. So if you're an enemy and you want to destroy or disrupt or minimize the effectiveness of this movement, where do you think you will take your fight? To the war zone, because you want to destabilize the enemies. That is why they constantly continue to attack Mazi Edoziem. That is why they continue constantly to be attacking DOS. And that is why we must continue, because IPOB media warrior, I qualify them as the buffer zone. They are the buffer zone. They are the one that collects the bullet that is coming to the structure, and they send the arrow and the missile back to them. That is the job of IPOB media warrior. They are the buffer zone. And that is why they're coming at you people too. Anywhere you see the fire is coming, your enemies know that's one of your strengths. That is why they're attacking Mazi Edoziem. That is why they're attacking DOS. And that is why they're attacking media warriors. Nothing more, nothing less. To destroy. So anybody, even if you're inside DOS, and you say you're not going to take instruction through the chain of command, which Mazi Edoziem is the leader, you are a saboteur, because a saboteur is somebody that is working against a set goal. That person is working against a set goal. Even this thing, our Lolo said, the first person Mazi inquired about was Mazi Edoziem. Like I said, her arguments, her statements were what you call a jigsaw. You have to piece them together. There are dots, you have to connect them. Because she was just dropping them. The question somebody will ask me, what was the question? How did Mazi ask it? Did Mazi ask her, why was it that DOS never looked for me? Did Mazi ask her, where is Edoziem? I was expecting Edoziem while I was in captivity. I was expecting Edoziem to look for me. Were these the questions that were asked? We don't know. But I know she didn't have to go into details like this. She just said the very first person Mazi asked was Mazi Edoziem. There is a reason, because that is the head. Everything rests squarely on his shoulder. That is why they're attacking him too. And that's why we must defend Mazi Edoziem. I don't know if I answered your question, my brother.
Yes, Mawada Marien Haider. Let us go to the second phase of this broadcast today. There is some a write-up. I think it's I don't know what to call it. There is something that Irima put out there, and I have sent this thing to you.
Yes.
And I want to read some part out. I'm not going to read everything out, because I'm not coming here to read anything that Irima is putting, but this is a deceit.
Was he the one that put it? Was he the one that put it up?
Of course, probably he is the one. He is the one. He said, Irima.
He's the mastermind. He's the mastermind. Yeah.
Yes. He said here, I want our people to hear this. And after I done, we are going to also publish it so that you will be aware and take note. They wrote here, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu special speech. Date, Wednesday, 3rd August 2022, time, 10:30 a.m. My name remains Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the largest movement of the people upon the face of this earth. Upon the face of the earth, IPOB. In many uncountable times, my special, honorable, learned gentleman, the legal team, make all effort for me to reach you by air broadcast. But Nigerian government and bad eggs in IPOB organization presidency objected it.
Hold on there. Hold on, my dear. Right, hold on. Okay. This place is one of the things I picked up. Organization presidency, that is grammatical error. There is no professional that will write this. So yes.
I don't understand.
That is how Ekperima speaks. This is Ekperima's English. He wrote this bullshit. Go ahead.
Okay. He say presidency object it. you really know that our own radio is 102.1 FM, not Radio Nigerian station. I am real disturbed in the spirit, which is, you know, they're claiming that Mazi Nwachineke is saying this. He said, I am real disturbed in the spirit because I know many people need to hear from me. But today, a means to reach you before my broadcast, as we have failed permissions in the court. I assure you soon I will make a speech to all Biafrans / IPOB worldwide. Now get this copy of my speech and make a duplicate copies to reach your brothers, your sisters, and everyone. For IPOB is one family. You know, this is a lie that Simon Ekpa is putting there, that our leader have spoken to him.
It's impersonation. It's not just a lie, it's an impersonation. It's impersonation.
You're right. You're right.
It's
And he said,
let me impersonation because he's inserted himself as
let me finish this line, then I will leave it because I don't want to read more. He said, I will explain in full about my predicament and expose those that are all involved in my arrest, kidnapped and brought me back to Nigeria in chain under bleeding, be made known that. Then he continued, he said, our case with Nigerian government is over. Our case with British government is over. Our case with Fulani, I don't see it very well, is over. Our case with Southeast governors is over. Our case with Igbo politicians is over. And what do you want to see with this conspiracy of Simon Ekpa? You know, he's trying to let our people again to tell us that Mazi Nwachineke is talking to him. Why the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nwachineke, wives came out 2 days ago, day after yesterday, and was telling us that
it was it not on the same day? When did our lady spoke on the 3rd, right?
Yeah. I think yes, it's the same day. Probably, yeah.
When was this thing issued?
On the 3rd.
Is it before the broadcast or after the broadcast?
I couldn't tell you. I cannot say specific because
most likely it might be ahead of the broadcast. So he was trying to get a narrative before the broadcast. That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to discredit whatever our lady was coming to say. Okay.
So,
but he's very stupid. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying to great people of Biafra, they should, you know, disregard this nonsense that is rampaging, because some people now will begin to copy it and distribute it to our people. Like Mazi Nwachineke is talking to him. Simon Ekpa have told you people that he's not going to listen to anybody in DSS dungeon. Then how did he get this from a man in DSS dungeon? Why he have told you people, the gullible ones, that he will never take an order from somebody in DSS dungeon? So ask Simon Ekpa, how did he get this, you know, approval or this letter or whatever you call it from someone in DSS dungeon? And what do you want to say to connect the dots?
Couple of things, my dear brother. You started it well by saying that Mazi, he himself said that he will never, Ekperima said he will never ever listen to anybody in DSS dungeon. He has claimed now he's the Biafran spokesperson, he's the leadership, he has fired DOS, all these things are statements he made in public. Now he has a government in exile. So why is he still listening to Mazi? That's number one. So he doesn't need any instruction from Mazi anyway. Number two, you know, the way we speak is the way we write. When you read this, you will know that it was the Ekperima that drafted it. That's the way he speaks. Number three, you cannot go into DOS with even a phone. So when did Mazi draft this thing? Was it dictated to Mazi? Where? You can't even go in with a phone. They stripped them naked, literally. Which of the lawyers brought this document out for him? Remember, he said that all the lawyers are compromised. These were his words. So how did he get this document, this information Those who want to listen to him, they must ask him these questions. Where and how? Who gave him these documents? How did he get it? I know he says Xerox, but this one, you don't Xerox in the spirit. So that is a non-entity. I wouldn't even want to spend my time on it. So anybody who want to listen, like our Lolo has said, and I'm saying it, anybody that after this great speech this woman made on the 3rd of September continues to follow Ekperima, two things are going in there. The person is nasty.
My sister Marien Haider, please. I have a very hard call. He just want to. There is something that he say he want to connect the dots from what I just read out. So yes. I just want to give him 2 minutes so that we can also proceed. Give him some time. Mazi, the line is open, please. You can begin to speak now, please.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Biafrans, the general, I salute you. And my sister Marien Haider, I salute you. Please, Mazi is calling you from my location. Mazi, what you just said now is absolutely fallacy. But go back to that frequency number they put here. You remember they have their voice of betrayer. I think, I don't know the channel of their station. We have to make sure that that is their channel of their station. Because they want to use it to broadcast so that people in Biafra land will be listening to their rubbish. So let's check and see if that is their frequency, and then we'll put it on social media and write it back.
I believe it is. It is their frequency. I believe it is.
The one that he put here, the one he put here was let me be specific. He put here their frequency is 102.1. What frequency is that?
Is their own.
Right. You confirm if that is their voice of their betrayers.
Okay.
Their frequency. If it's their own, then let's put it back, because they want to use it to manipulate our people. And to say so that our people will start listening to their frequency. That is exactly
brilliant.
And that is IPOB frequency. So we should cast it back on social media and place it out.
Yes.
It's a lesson. We are here to direct our people. These people.
Thank you.
That is what
brilliant. My brother, that is very brilliant. That might be the main reason, because nobody's listening to his radio station. Those so-called their voice of betrayal. Nobody's listening to it.
Continue.
So this is a brilliant input, because nobody is listening to that, even though he comes out to say we are here. So he wants to use this as a deceit. One thing he wants to get in front of the narrative. Use it. This flyer is mainly for people in Biafra land. It's not for diaspora. To get them to start listening so that you can start brainwashing them. Because if you remember how terrified he was before our Lolo came out to make her speech. So he was underground trying to campaign, even possibly trying to make them not to listen to that speech that day. It's part of the game. But it's busted again. So I don't know why anybody will continue to be listening to Ekperima. Ekperima is not a member of IPOB. I don't know why people are listening to him. He's autopiloter. He said he does not want to be listening to somebody in the dungeon. He has made a lot of statements. So, can he show us the document Mazi gave him before he started the whatever in exile? Government in exile.
And that, you know that some people have already been forgotten that Ekperima said that Onyendu is giving him a message from DSS dungeon.
Yes.
You know, and Ekperima have, you know, I don't know, sometimes I keep on asking myself why some people are still listening to this idiot, this charlatan. Of course, we have a lot of gullible ones, and sometimes, you know, some people in Biafra land, we are many. We are over 70 million. You know, some people that just starting hearing about Biafran restoration, sometimes they may fall into this Ekperima hand before some months they will also understand, because this guy is just deceiving our people. And I want our people to also know this, that tomorrow I am coming with one of the DOS, Mazi Isaiah Oba. I am coming tomorrow at the same time, and I want you all to also pay attention for tomorrow broadcast. Is going to be also powerful, because we are going to bring part of the DOS. They're going to let us understand some things that we don't know, and we are going to ask them a very serious questions. I'm not going to call it a tough question, because on Radio Biafra, that is when they always make a tough question. Of course, we are going to find also what we are going to call it. because you know, we are moving forward. And another question that I want to ask you now. Let us go back also to Mazi Nwachineke, because that is something that is when you go to social media today, everything they are talking about Mazi Nwachineke. You should greet Mazi Nwachineke for me and the media warriors. Ada, what do you see about all these media warriors? What are you going to tell them? Of course, remember that the law greet them. He said that Onyendu also said, you know, not that Onyendu said before they will turn it to another thing, but everything that she said was from Onyendu.
Yes.
So now, what do you think? Those people that are going against the leadership, against this structure, stabbing the leadership, especially Mazi Nwachineke, stabbing this man. What do you think that we can do? Because of course, I believe by today, all of them have gone in silence. None of them, they are not writing any nonsense again, because the law have opened the door. All those things that we have been waiting. There is a time that Mazi Nwachineke came to our platform on IPOB Rapture Media, and we asked him a question, and he told us that he's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu most trusted. But some people were doubting it because he's not a blood to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's sibling, brother or sibling. But today, we have found somebody that is one, because, of course, when you marry to your wife or you marry to your husband, you people become one. Now, what do you have to tell the great people of Biafra, the freedom fighters, the lovers of freedom all over the world, about this particular message that the wife of our leader give out there? Because all what she said have settled all this old problem that we are facing all this while. She have already made herself known. I mean, her position, where she stands, because that is very, very important. Where she stands, she told us that she stands with the leadership. So, Ada, what do you also have to say about the things of our leader, what she said? Because it's very, very important. You know, I bring you here because you're a woman.
Yes.
You know more better. Thank you.
Yeah. This is what I'm going to say. To all the people, starting from Mazi siblings to any other person that claims to, including Nenaya that said she's tweeted, she wrote something. Oh, I was one of those people that started this project with Mazi, and somebody is coming in and telling me not to go. This is the message for them. Before Mazi could even come out and told his parents, I have this vision, I have this thing in my head, he must have discussed it with this woman. Let us remember there was a statement she made. I said, wow. They courted for 12 years before they got married. From my own calculation, from what she said, that they have been together for 20 years, married for 8. So Mazi did not just marry her because Mazi was looking for somebody to marry. This woman was already in movement with Mazi. Mazi and this woman must have 21 years. Correct me, please, my dear brother, because a whole year is a whole lot. But I wasn't too far. Yes, 21 years. So this 21 years. I'm glad. Thank you for correcting me, my brother. I'm always open to that. Yes. So what the argument I'm bringing here is this. This movement Mazi started. I don't know when he started. Probably 2014. I don't know. But this movement already started before they were married. Remember, she told us on her traditional day, her husband was kidnapped. The movement had already started. Mazi must have discussed this thing with this woman. It must have been one of the things they came into agreement with. Yeah. Okay. What I'm trying to say that their relationship must have started before the movement. That's the argument I'm bringing in. So this woman must have been part of this vision, because if Mazi did not have discussion with her about this vision, because even she said, I knew it was going to be a difficult journey, but I didn't know it was going to be this hard. Pay attention to her words. These were key words I took from there. I knew it was going to be a difficult journey, but I didn't know it was going to be this hard. So she knew what she was going into.
Wait, wait, Wanda, please wait. Wanda, please wait. Technical director, what are you saying? Madam Marien
If there's
Haider,
any secret,
Wanda, are you there? Wanda, are you there? Wanda, are you there? I think Facebook have carried no sound. Kara Gold said no sound. I don't even understand what is going on. Mazi, are you hearing my own sound outside? Mazi, are you hearing my sound also outside? Please, Mazi. Madam Marien Haider, if you are watching on different...
You're not hearing me?
I'm hearing you now.
Okay. So, what I was saying is this. There is something you call pillow talk. Pillow talk is a discussion you have when only two of you, either your friends or you are husband and wife, you discuss it in the private of your room, on your bed, when everybody is not there, when it's silent. That's when you discuss the most intimate thing that no other person may know. So if this woman went in there, this SS or no DSS, there are certain ways Mazi will look at her, she will look at Mazi, they have communicated.
And I don't know, please, there is something I want to say. Kara Gold, please. I've been trying to know you more better. I have my number. You can find my number on my page. I want you to contact me, please. Ada, continue, please.
Yes. So this woman is telling us, even look at the way she described their meeting. I praised him. I raised adulation to him, and he made a statement. They communicated. There's a level of in-depth communication only two of them can have. Even when you and I are there, we can never understand what they're doing. And she came out and told us the mindset of Mazi, and the mindset of Mazi, and somebody saying it's a lie. That's a problem. So all I'm going to tell us is anybody who refuses to listen to, if not any other person, what our Lord has said is the person is a saboteur. Whatever they are doing is deliberate. They don't want to listen, and we should let them just leave us alone. That's the bottom line. I don't really believe in the more the merrier in this project. Let those who came with a clean mind and clean heart, we are the ones that are going to push this thing, not everybody. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this, your wonderful speech. It's very, very important that our people begin to understand the mess that we are into. Because I always tell my people, if you don't know the root of your problem, there is no how you can ever solve it. We are bringing life to our people. We are telling them, Mazi, unmuted. My mic is on mute. I don't know what is happening. Can you hear me now?
I am hearing you, Mazi. Mazi, I'm hearing you.
Okay, you are hearing me. Let me see my phone, because it seems that my technical director is telling me that you can't hear me. Let me see my phone. Let me see if people are hearing me, because is people hearing me? No sound again. Hello, hello, great people.
I'm not hearing you now, Mazi.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
I want you to continue broadcasting. Let me refresh and come back again, because
so our people must understand that anybody that is not working with DOS under the leadership of Mazi Edozie is going contrary to the vision and the mission of Mazi Nwachineke. So
okay. I think my voice is coming out, because I can hear myself through the telephone, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I think my voice is coming out. Yes. Okay. The sound is okay now. Thank you, my people. Thank you. Thanksgiving. So now that is something I want to ask you, because we're supposed to begin to descend. You know, we are not going to finish this thing today. We will continue it. We are going to talk about this thing, because they have already given us a safer landing, things to talk about. And I want you, what do you have to tell the DOS? What do you have to also tell the media warriors? You know, what's your advice to them as a woman? You know, what is your advice to them? What do you think they should continue doing? What do you think that they will stop doing? You know, I just want you to give us an advice, so that we will understand, because it's very, very important that everything that we are saying, people have to get a point. And that the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Okay. To the media warrior, I'm going to say this. Ndị Igbo si na ọwụ na anyụọ nsị ma ọ tụpụtaghị ọnụ ọ bụrụ otoro. That is, we must finish what we started. In fact, we should put more fire. These guys are not relenting. IPOB media warrior, they are the buffer zone. They are the buffer zone that are defending this project. And when we say this project, we're talking about the structure Mazi left behind until Mazi comes out. We have our work cut out for us. We cannot relent. And according to what our Lolo said, I'm going to repeat how it said, Onye si jide ihe oji, ya mara na ihe ọ na-eme dị mma. IPOB media warrior, jide na ihe unu ji, because ihe unu na-eme dị mma. You guys are the line that is holding this struggle, holding DOS, because all the attacks that are launching on DOS and the head of DOS is nothing but to destroy it. And if they destroy it, one, our Hamadike is stuck. All the efforts you and I, every one of us have made, whether through broadcasting, whether through our money, whether those who have died, will be in vain. And we must never let it happen. The same thing I'm going to say to the DOS. Please, Mazi Edozie, we know it's not easy. For somebody, every day they come on social media calling you all names. We know you have blood running in your system, not acid. What I mean by that, we know you have emotions. But I know you are aware that to whom much is given, much is required. That uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. I know you really did not choose this crown, but it was bequeathed on you because you are the right person. You are qualified by he who knows better. So that is why we are supporting you. We want you to be rest assured, you and all the members of DOS that are truly working for this restoration of Biafra. We solidly behind you. We will fight for you every step of the way. We will never allow the enemies to get close to you. That you can be rest assured. You don't need to come out. Of course, you have conducted yourself very well. It's our job to defend you. And we're going to fight them, combat to combat, every step of the way, step by step. And we know we have done it before. They will do it again. Continue to do your good job. And to Mazi, I'm going to bring this thing to this conclusion with the parable of the faithful servant. You can find it in the book of Matthew. Why I cite religion? Because most of our people are into religion. So I want to use it. That's why I'm citing all these things, scriptures. Let them go and read the parable of the faithful servant, Matthew chapter 24, starting from verse 45 through 51. That is the one I have for Mazi Doziem. In that parable, it says, a master left his house and put it in the hand of his chief servant. And when he came back, a good servant will make sure that everything he left were intact and ran well. Mazi Edoziem, that is why I'm dedicating this chapter and verse to you. Matthew chapter 24, verse 45 through 51, it speaks volume of what you're doing. Keep it up, because at the fullness of time, just like that master came back and said, because you kept everything intact, you did not allow thieves to come in to take away or disarrange, disrupt or rearrange what I set in place. You are a worthy servant. Mazi Edoziem, this is the accolade, the mantle that is awaiting you, and it's going to be very soon. To the warriors, my scripture for you is Mark chapter 13, verse 34 through 37. What does he say? He said, keep watch. It's of the same parable. He said, keep watch at the door to make sure that no intruder comes in and disrupt or rearrange those things the master put in order. So I call you guys the gatekeepers. Keep up your good work. Keep guarding the gate of IPOB, especially that of the leadership. And to us all, my scripture is Luke chapter 12. You read from 35 through 48. We must keep the lamp burning. We must contribute our own quarters in every way as we wait for Hamadike to come out. This is how we're going to get our rewards and be called faithful servants in all our own quarters, in our own activities. That's how I'm going to rest this, Mazi.
Thank you very much, Marien Haider. Thank you very, very much for joining us today on Biafran Television Channel 1/IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I thank you so much for being here today. We know your capacity and we know what you can do. That is why we always trying to bring you to come and talk sense to our people. And we so much love every of your words that you have been spoken out to our people. May Chukwu Kikabiyama keep on guiding you also and protect you as you have prayed for the media warriors and the DOS. Like I said to my people, I am coming also tomorrow with one of the DOS. He's going to put his position when he's come tomorrow. His name is Mazi Isaiah Oba. Is coming also tomorrow on Biafran Television /IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nwachineke. Like I also told my sister Karagold, please make sure you contact. I have my numbers there. I want you to contact us, please.
Karagold needs to be on this platform.
Yes, she must.
She has to.
She must come to Biafran Television.
Yes. Because
on Biafran Television is where we are setting the record straight.
Yes.
Without fear of anybody.
No.
There is nothing they can do about it.
No.
We have
we must be speaking the truth to power. That's what we do. Yes. Speak the truth to power.
I thank you all that join us today, and those of you that do the needful, and some of you that are going to also watch the video later. I want you people to understand that what we did today is to connect the dots, things that you don't even think about. We are trying to connect it together so you will begin also to reason, because we have come. I thank you all. This is IPOB Biafran Television. At the same time, we are also on IPOB Rapture Media. I thank you all for listening. Till we see again tomorrow, my sister.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank
I hope
you
I did not disappoint you guys, because Mazi, you set me up so high.
No. Ada, you can never disappoint, because you always in a point. You're always on point. You're always on point. And that is why we also looking forward to work also with Cara Gold. You know, of course, we need those women that they are, they have what it takes. You know,
Cara Gold, let me, Mazi, not interrupt you. Cara Gold, Nkechi. I see them. They are brilliant girls, because you can see from their comments, their inputs, their articulation. These are brilliant girls. I cannot wait to see them. Yes, a whole bunch of them. Yes.
We need them. We need them. Yes. And of course, we are going to get to them. This time around, we want to be bringing our mothers.
Yes.
We are not bringing girls. We are bringing mothers.
That's how I qualify every woman. You know, in America here, that's what we do.
Not like us. We are mothers. Every woman is a mother.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to make us feel good. Come on now. We have to feel good.
Yeah.
You know, Mazi, these days we don't have grandmas. What we have is glamas. Glamas. We don't have grandmother. We have glamas. We are glamorous.
Yes. Thank you very much, Marien Haider. Thank you, Madam Marien Haider. Thank you very much.
God bless.
And we are going to call it a day. From me, from here, I will call it good afternoon to you all. Till we see tomorrow again. Good day and welcome, Margaret people. They won't home them. They will Marien Haider. They will. Technical director, I greet you also. You are doing your job. Thank you. They won't home them.